BlueMetric is mission-ready water. We are world-class experts solving our clients' most challenging environmental problems. BlueMetric provides a full range of environmental consulting services supported by bespoke engineering solutions for emergency, self-contained, and permanent water systems, and is always mission-ready with a full range of in-house support. There is no successful mission without water. We are proud to partner with Atlantic Canadian Industries. We are mission-ready water.
Well, folks, it's Jerry from Gale Force Winds, and I'm with no stranger to MAST, Will Jacobs. But first of all, I want to state that MAST 2024 is taking place in St. John's, July 17th to the 19th at the Delta Hotel. And there's a whole host of topics that are really relevant to today's world. Will, go ahead and introduce yourself and a little bit about MAST and tell us a little bit about the background, because I understand you were there from the very beginning.
Yes, and Jerry, it's great to see you, and we thank you for helping us get the word out about MAST. It's coming up soon, and we want to make sure that we get the invite out so people know what we're all about. I was with the Provincial Association back in 2012 when we had the idea for something like this, and we came up with MAST. We delivered a very small conference in the fall of 2012. And it's just grown since then. But it came about because a group of us were sitting around and saying we need to get more and better information out as it relates to security and safety for our maritime corridors and the Arctic. But also, it's not just the Arctic; it's some of our northern and remote regions. So that's how it was born, and that's the sort of the premise for how we've constructed the agenda over the years, and it's really developed into something that we're quite proud of. Now you will hear sometimes that it takes a community to make something happen. Well, I would suggest that when you're talking about maritime and Arctic security and safety, it's more like it takes an ecosystem. And that's really what we've tried to develop over the years. And you'll see it reflected in the agenda. We have speakers that come to us from coast to coast to coast, and we're really proud of that. That's been a challenge to get that together over the years, but we're there. And I think we have the ear of a lot of people right across the country. And that's what we're working with. We'll have a keynote speaker, keynote address from the CEO of C-SPAN. We have the Arctic Outlook from the Coast Guard and the Royal Canadian Navy. You'll hear about technologies, all of the wonderful technologies that we have here in the Atlantic region that can input or be part of that solution for what we're driving for. We always talk about northern access, whether that's sea, land, or air, because that's a challenge. We got someone speaking about cyber threats. It's specific to the maritime community, but I think whenever someone speaks about cyber these days, it doesn't matter what sector you're working in, or even for your own personal life. It's a good idea to sit up and listen. It's important stuff. We're going to talk about, I can't remember what it's called, but it's sustainable horizons, and that's where we're going to bring in have a panel discussion with some experts about how we can better use green energy in aerospace and defense, and of course that's going to spill over into the Arctic world as well. And one of the things that we sometimes forget, and I'll say that even at the beginning of MAST, we didn't do enough to promote it, but we have to think about, if we're looking north and we're looking into the Arctic and how we do business, it's really important to not only just deal with the technical side of it, but to make sure that you look at the cultural side. And we will have folks that will speak to how you deal with how you do business in the North, how you do business with Indigenous groups and individuals, and it is a lot different than what many people would think. But that's an important. I can't overstate how important that cultural piece is to what we do at Mass.
Well, what an incredible introduction that you just made. I noticed that opening session, I have it here in an email, is with Madeline Redfern. She's the Chief Operating Officer of the Can-Arctic Inuit
Yeah.
Network and the former mayor of Iqaluit. To your last point, Will, wow, what a way to open the session, hey?
It is, and that's we can get experts from the South all day long and fill all the slots. But if you're not, when we look north, we've got to be thinking about how you engage with the community, how you deal with those cultural issues. We had some great speakers last year. We had a great panel, and we want to continue that. We see that as being super important for the success of Mass. So whether or not you're interested in Mass for the expert technical sessions, just getting a better understanding of what all the issues are related to maritime and Arctic security and safety, whether or not you're interested in networking or business to business. Mass brings it all together in a really nice format that allows people to exchange ideas, exchange details, and connect with each other. And that's a big part of what we want Mass success to be.
Well, this is our third year at Gale Force Winds being involved with Mass, and we're really proud of the work we've done. And, you guys are so easy to work with. But what I really like about Mass as well, Will, is that it's not massive. I mean, you're looking at around 150 attendees, 15 exhibitors, but the 10 plus expert panels that you have are very in depth. And I do find that it's really easy to have conversations at Mass. I'm not knocking any of the other events that we go to, but this one is really easy to handle.
Yeah. Well, that's it's good to hear that, Jerry, and we're really pleased to have Gale Force helping us with the promotion of this stuff. And it's not by coincidence that that's sort of how it unfolds. We want Mass to be something that people can come enjoy the conversations, engage, learn. A lot of us are experts in various areas, but this is about something a little bit different. So, when we explain that to some of our sponsors, like some of our sponsors being PAL Aerospace, they get this. They're heavily tied into transportation in the North. We have Boeing, who's tied into transportation in the North. C-SPAN, who do a lot of wonderful things. North Atlantic, and all that they're doing with energy and alternatives into the North. Virtual Marine is a part of it, and they do some fantastic stuff. And then, of course, we've had tremendous support over the years from the province of Newfoundland and Labrador. It's not exclusively a Newfoundland and Labrador event. It's a CATA, so it's across the Atlantic provinces, and we're not trying to compete with others, the DefSec or anything else. It's a different piece. It's a different animal. A lot of the same discussions will be had there, but this brings it all together, as I said, into sort of an ecosystem and understanding that it's not just technical, it's cultural, it's issues, it's political, all those things that make for a successful conference.
Well, Will, it's incredibly important to me to be able to talk to someone like yourself. The foresight that you and others had 11 years ago, well, actually 2012 would have been 14 years ago. This is the 11th anniversary, I believe, of the event.
Yep.
And just tell us a little bit about what it means to you to have this still functioning today.
I'm really proud, and Victoria and her team have grabbed it, and it took us a while to get good firm roots in getting people to understand what we were really trying to accomplish here. But I think we're there. It was never a stigma. A lot of it is about competition. And there are a lot of conferences, a lot of a lot of pressure for people's time and resources, and we understand that. But this one, if we can continue to promote it as a good community event and something that plugs into the bigger national security and safety scene, I think we've accomplished everything we set out for as a group way back in 2012.
Well, I'm going to say thank you to you. You have served your country in the Canadian Armed Forces. You've also served your country with local businesses, and now you continue to serve the country working on MASS and ACADA. So for that, I'm very proud of you, and thank you.
Oh, Jerry, thank you very much. I'm pleased to do it. It's a pleasure to work with the group that are organizing this.
BlueMetric is your partner and works with Atlantic Canadian industries and organizations who are concerned about the water health of our planet and the people who inhabit it in an environmentally and culturally sensitive manner. BlueMetric joins the growing number of like-minded, innovative Atlantic Canadian companies who are changing the environmental landscape for the globe in a world-class way. World-class experts solving our clients' most challenging environmental problems. We are Mission Ready Water.